That particular must-have made me laugh until my stomach hurt. But Wynn's spy background works to my detriment in our game, meaning Mr. Mission Impossible was far better at a poker face than I'd ever be. He never cracked. Not even when I had to hold myself up by clinging to our kitchen island to keep from collapsing with laughter. If there were ever a staring contest between us, the title for Best in Show would go to Wynn. He set the newspaper down and reached for my hand, bringing it to his lips, his blue eyes dancing. "Is that laughter, I hear? I believe the score is now in my favor. Wouldn't you agree, Dove?" I rolled my eyes and chuckled. It's always in your favor because you're aces at keeping a straight face. As you often remind me, it was once your job as a spy to play all the parts. So the Academy Award for Best Actor in the making of A Tale of Two Opposites Plan a Wedding goes to Crispin Alastair Winterbottom. Grinning at me, he kissed each of my fingertips before asking, "Ah, Dove, is that jealousy I hear in your dulcet tones?" "You wish," I teased, looking down at the list he'd texted me, my engagement ring sparkling in the sunshine. "My green-eyed monster aside, do you really want a string quartet? You can't dance to one of those. It's nice background music, but who wants to electric slide to Vivaldi? But you can have a delightful cocktail hour with one, mini spy. I don't suppose you want people doing the wobble while we're mingling before our meal, do you?" I cocked my head. Fair point, wedding planner spy. So maybe both a live band and a quartet? Or quartet and DJ? He looked at me thoughtfully before he ran his finger down the length of my nose. "Are we sure we don't want to pursue the Adele angle?" I leaned forward, cupping my chin as some cherry blossom petals fell from the trees we'd planted along the water's edge in our backyard. "I vote we scratch Adele and see if Mozart's busy. Or maybe Chopin. I mean, how busy could he be, seeing as he's dead and all? What do you think, Arcady? Can you pull some afterlife strings and inquire about his schedule?" "Strings! Ha! I see what you do there, my Maluka. Funny mini spy has come out to play, da?" Arcady teased. I grinned upward, the morning sun obscuring my eyesight for a moment as I imagined my handsome Russian somewhere in the clouds. "How are you this morning, my favorite glazed donut?" I asked in return. "I'm well. And you, my sweet Pashka?" "Good. I am most good when I hear you and Zero are making with the wedding plans. I cannot wait for big day. This will make me so very happy when you are Mrs. Zero." Arcady was one of our biggest supporters, and even though he physically couldn't be with us, he'd promised to walk me down the aisle beside my father, making me tear up with gratitude for our friendship. Maybe Wynn'll be Mr. Mini-Spy. What do you think about that, my handsome Russian? Wynn chuckled. "We haven't talked about that, have we, Dove? Whether you wish to take on my fake name. Do you want to be Mrs. Christoph Alexander Winningham, or would you prefer to keep your maiden name of Cartwright?" As the petals from the cherry trees continued to fall to the ground like a snowstorm of flowers, I paused. We hadn't discussed that. One of the few things we hadn't talked about since we'd become engaged. You know, I hadn't really given it much thought. Let me consider, okay? He took a sip of his coffee with a nod. "Of course, Dove. Whatever you decide, I'm quite fine." And that was true, I decided, as a warm breeze swept the back of Wynn's dark hair and the scent of lavender from our bushes near the French doors leading to the kitchen drifted to my nose. Everything had been quite fine. We'd gotten engaged late last summer, and since then we'd enjoyed a restful fall and holiday season, filled with family and friends and absolutely no murders. During the winter, we'd spent much of our downtime from Madam Z's binge-watching shows on Netflix, cuddling on the couch in front of a cozy fire, and hanging out with Dana while he adjusted to befriending a talking bat. We cooked often, or should I say Wynn cooked. I oohed and awed my appreciation. He'd even flown in a fancy Michelin star chef to give us a cooking.